Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my friends, and welcome back to the Cozy Club. We've got a huge video for you guys today as we look at and rank the top 25 characters within Disney Sorcerer's Arena, looking at overall value between all 139 of them. And my friends, you might be thinking, easy business. Wrong. This was by far one of the hardest lists that I've had to put together, ranking and choosing the top 25 characters overall within the game. And arguably, over 50 characters could have made this list. I started out with about 55, and to narrow it down and cut so many was just absolutely one of the most difficult things I've had to do. However, we got the job done. So if you are curious who are the best characters within the game and who you should be farming next, then strap up and let's begin. Now, before we begin, if you find yourself at the coziest of clubs each and every week with each and every new video, I want you guys to go ahead and consider clicking the red, beautiful, shiny subscribe button down below. You don't realize how much that really helps out. Like, more than you know. Okay, let's go ahead and start this beauty out. The top 25. We're going to start it out with the first 10 out. These are the honorable mentions. The first one's out of the Elite 25. And guys, keep in mind, all of these characters are elite. They're top of class. We will be looking at every game mode and look at their individual value that they bring as a character. Looking at our honorable mentions, a few key takeaways. Now, first of all, we've got not one, not two, but three legendary characters here that might come out a little bit of a shock, but they're all missing something that could push them to the top 25. Like you guys know, Ralph and Baymax. We talk about their shortcomings in my ranking of legendaries video that you can go check up above. We have characters in here like Pain and Panic that are becoming a little bit of a one-trick pony. Their stasis is lethal, but then after that, you're kind of, what are you going to do unless you have Hades? And then we have someone like Eve, which was arguably the hardest to keep out of the top 25. She is the raid queen bee, the single best character within the raid at a certain phase. She is so good at that one aspect of the game, but it just wasn't enough to warrant her a top 25 spot. You have some other great support and offensive units, but by now you guys probably know they're going to be best in one particular game mode, or they're kind of a jack of all trades, but not best of class. So some great characters in these honorable mentions, guys. And again, one thing's keeping them out. Let's go talk about the elites. Now let's go ahead and take a look at number 25. But I want to let you guys know we're going to be looking at these characters at around gear 8, 8.5, even up to gear 9. That's where they're going to be about where they can rank properly here. Let's start with 25, and that is Randall Boggs. Look, I get it. Randall's not the sexiest character choice, and he's not a great character that everybody loves within typical Disney franchises, but it's time to get over that, my friends. Randall is awesome within the game. He's going to be really good in raids. The 50% turn meter reduction with Scream Extractor. For Pete's sakes, he got a master guide made about him because I want more people to learn how to use one of the better downtown villains within the game. Great fear debuff, great turn meter reduction, high damage that resets. He has it all. Coming in at number 24 is the Flash, the Dash. Guys, you think Dash could be a little bit higher than this. This is about where he lands. Dash can pump out some of the most impressive damage within the game, and by himself can just score up to 400,000 damage in raids. However, he's just lacking a bit in PvP to go higher than this spot. You need him for club expeditions, and he's the one sole incredible outside of one more that you might know we're going to talk about today that you should farm for things like club expeditions. Dash is going to stay relevant for a very long time with high speed, high offense, and just a great kit synergy. Number 23, we've got the Lord Hades, guys. Hades is such a fun character. He can pump out so much damage, and Hades, he's one of those characters that if everything goes right, he's one of the best characters in the game. If he uses Combust at a max level, you can take out Zeus, you can take out anybody within the game. Hades is elite, and Machine Gun Hades, great raid team to boot. He is easily deserving of the number 23 spot. Number 22, we've got another mythical we're going to talk about. Mr. Miguel, he's hanging in the top 25 with great cleansing, one of the best leaderships for one of the better factions, and you can use him really anywhere within the game. Even Club Conquest, no one does anymore, but you've got to love that he flips harmful effects, that he cleanses, he heals, he gives turn meter. He's a great overall character, and I don't have a lot bad to say about him. Moana. I think some people might expect Moana to be higher up on the list. Easily one of the best princesses within the game. Many forget she's a princess because she's with the Oceanics. Now, awesome within any raid that you do, except once you get past Empowered. Great paddle smacking. The Crashing Wave team is one of the best in PvP. And this should just show you that this is how hard this list is. Moana is elite, but the characters above her are a little bit better. Moana is going to work in so many game modes, and by far one of my favorites to invest in, especially as a free-to-play player. If Eve is the raid queen, we've got the raid king. That is going to be King Ian. Guys, Ian is absolutely busted crazy. Now, he makes the list because compared to Eve, he can do some nasty things in other game modes. He's an onward character for Club Expeditions. Ian is legit. The damage that he does makes so much sense no matter where you are within the game, and we're starting to see damage runs go up to like 8 million with this guy within the raids. Phenomenal character, arguably could be higher. Now, a tick above Ian, we've got the wonderful Mr. Genie, guys. Genie has been on the rise, and got a few things to say about him. Again, we've got a master guide on him if you want to learn more, but Genie can do it all. He's one of the ultimate distraction Swiss Army knife pieces, guys. He can save people from certain death. He's great in the raids, and overall has everything at his disposal. Now, the one con with him compared to some of the other characters on this list, you're gonna need him at a high gear level. You want to have him at 8.5 and higher for you to get the max effectiveness out of your Genie, but do not doubt it until you try him out. Great character, guys. One of my favorites within the game. Might not be the best, but easily a favorite. Enough cannot be said about one of the newer characters in the game, Xanatos. Guys, Xanatos at this point should be on a priority list of yours to farm. Guys, one of the fastest characters within the game. I mean, he truly fits as a plug and play more than people realize because of his speed and his ability to go ahead and summon some great gargoyles. You're going to use them within any aspect of the game, and really, my only knock on him is he's got as much health and stamina as like my pillow. Like he is a weak character. The guy goes down quickly, but while he's alive, one of the deadliest. Now, by far on this list, we've got the ugliest character. I'm not talking about physical appearance, although he could probably hold a candle to that as well. This is just not a fun character, not a sexy character to put on the list, but we have to. Guys, at number 17, we've got Shan Yu. Shan Yu, man. If he did not have this kingdom leadership, I don't think he'd be this high. But the kingdom lead with high offense, high synergy with the kingdom faction, Shan Yu just continues to be great. And it's just, I don't have fun putting him here. I get no merit out of it, but he deserves to be here. Also reigning from the kingdom faction, we have Princess Ballgown. Belle, or just a regular Belle, works as well. Guys, Belle is great. Belle is one of the best characters early, mid, and late that you can call people like Beast and Hercules to hit one opponent at one time. Awesome passive. Great for the raids with Intimidate and shutting down bosses and getting extra damage in there. A good heal. Belle does it all. Belle is very solid, and it feels weird that Belle is this low, but she is one of the best characters, and you're seeing there's a lot of princesses on this list. They make one of the best meta teams in the game, but standalone value, Belle offers more than pretty much anyone below her. At 15, we've got a fan favorite support, Barley. We'll keep it short and sweet. Crit damage up, one of the best buffs in the game. Not a lot of characters have access to it. On top of that, a great basic magic reduction. Where do you not use Barley? The characters above him outclass him, but Barley will always be here because of the utility that he brings. With Club Expeditions, he has even more incentive to farm the guy. Barley at 15. At number 14, don't judge him by his size. Another green fellow like Yoda. It is Mike Wazowski, the best sorcerer chosen within the game currently. He is locked for a lot of you guys, but as his event comes by, make sure to go after him. His scared tactics, he's got everything Barley has and more. He's able to reduce turn meter. He's able to get rid of magic. He's able to pump up, give tactics, evades to support. Great, huge damage, and don't forget his synergy with Soleil. He is amazing, guys, and definitely deserving as one of the best supports in the game. Which takes us to the Iceman himself, Frozone. If you notice, we list Barley, Mike, and Frozone all support great characters that you're going to be using within the game. Frozone's going to be above the rest of them. Now, I know Mike's the best sorcerer's chosen, but Frozone has a bit more application as a plug-and-play character. Frozone, guys, you know by now, he does it all. At number 12, we have Esmeralda. Now, Cozy Club, I did not make this list all by myself. We had a lot of input here, and if it was just up to me, I would have put her even higher. I feel a lot about Esmeralda, and that's just not by her looks alone. I think that she's amazing with her cleansing. I think she's a great free-to-play character. You're going to use her in Ascension, in Raid. Say it with me. We say it all the time. All of the game modes. Jolly, one of the better summons in the game, and then the huge Feast of Fools reduction. Esmeralda is a discount of one of the best support characters in the game that we'll be talking about. Love everything about her, and again, if you don't have her on the roster, it's time. It's time. It's time. Go farm her, okay? I'll be waiting. Number 11, Hero Hamada. Now, I know this is going to come as a shock to a lot of you guys. Somehow, this little purple weasel squeezed his way back into one of the best in the game, and it comes down to this game being all about speed. He is the fastest that there is to offer with his leadership, guys. That is at tier 9 for him to be the fastest of the fast. But with characters like Milo, with Frank the Tank, having these huge abilities that if you just go ahead and upgrade them, you're going to go ahead and do massive damage, and Hero provides that. He's also part of the Eve team. He's part of a lot of great raid teams. He's good, guys. He's not going anywhere. 11 is going to be Hero. Again, arguably, could be even higher, but this is the highest I could put him. We are cranking it into the top 10 now, guys. We're at the top 10 best characters of the game. In fact, it got a little easier in the top 10 because 11 to 25, that was tough. It was tough to rank those. The top 10, though, arguably a lot of these characters could be at each other's spots. They're all great. They all offer a lot. At number 10, we've got the Ice Queen herself, Elsa. Oh, Elsa. Like, I wasn't even a big fan of Elsa before DSA, and now I'm like her number one, like, tattoo on the chest fan of Elsa, guys. She's just great. She's good in every game mode. She can't be left alone in PvP. That calls so much attention. And then she's on one of the most recognizable raid teams, and on top of that, should be one of your first Gear 9, Gear 8 characters. Elsa delivers so much, and top 10 is an easy place for her. Number 9, we had Mike lower. We've got Soli at number 9, guys. One of the best tanks, the second best tank in the game. I choose to use him at the top spots. Soli is such a good character for you free-to-play and early game players. Go after the big blue giant, big blue kitty. He does so much at every game mode. Great damage, and he can be plugged into just about every team. It's crazy that he's this high. I would have thought you were crazy last year if you would have put him here, but with his recent refresh, it shows massively. Number 8, our newest character in the game, Milo. Milo is going to be, wow, at number 8. And guys, this is, this guy could be anywhere. I mean, he has in his possession the highest hitting attack. Martag Barrage puts Show Yourself to shame with how much damage this guy can pump out. Milo does so much for club expeditions, arguably gonna be even better when we do this in March with Kita about to be unlocked. He's got healing, he's got a good passive, got a great basic. Milo is going to be worth going after when you do your expeditions, and if he ever comes free to play farmable, start working on him ASAP. Number 7, we have the Sea Witch, Ursula. Now, Ursula, guys, not a lot to say about her. You know about her by now. She's great. She can't be left alone. The eels are wonderful. The AoE blinds when you kill the eels or you empower her is devastating to your big attack damage dealers. Great within the raid and one of the best characters within the game. Now, one character hurt her viability a little bit, but her damage. I mean, how many of you guys leave her alive and all of a sudden she's got a little bit of magic and hits you with the giant hit and you're dead. You lose. She's amazing. Number 6, Beast. Now, Beast used to be at the number 1 spot for a long time. He's moved down to number 6 with how the meta has gone around, but Beast is amazing, guys. Obviously, the turn meter mechanic, the big healing, the consistent, huge basic attack. If it wasn't for the raids, he'd be higher than the ones above him. Beast is a beast, and it's not going to change. Number 5, and it feels weird to put him here. It's Hercules, guys. Hercules. I hate this guy with the passion of 1,000 burning suns, and that's mainly because you don't have to put a lot of thought into just wrecking havoc with him. He's so good on so many levels. If he had a raid team that could pump out millions of damage, I mean, he could easily be in that number 1 spot. Hercules has been out for exactly a year, and he's been doing one thing for a year straight. Kicking our... Now at number 4, we've got the mistress of all evil, Maleficent. Guys, Maleficent came out not too long ago, and she is still offering so much value. The control evil queen, guys. The dragon. You've died to the dragon if you're watching this video. Odds are, it's devastating. She's awesome within the raids, although she can be replaced with Sally and some other characters. Maleficent is not going anywhere, and the best part is she's only gonna climb as the months go on. If we get more villains, expect her to go up in value, guys. Very tough ranking these top 5. Maleficent's coming in at number 4 as the 4th best character out of 139. At number 3, Frank the Rock Dwayne Wolf Johnson. Goodness gracious, Frank the Tank. He is, I don't know how he's not a legendary. The backside of water carries so much value as the best move in the game. I think I can arguably say that, next to one thing. On top of that, 2nd best summon in the game. Proxima is like a character within themselves. Very fine maneuver, incredible. You didn't see Lily on this list. Arguably could be an honorable mention as well. Lily with Frank is just disgusting. Frank the Tank does it all. 3rd best character, and that means the people above him have got to be really good, and sadly, they're in that busted OP broken territory. Number 2, the god of Olympus, Zeus. Now look, we could be laughing at ourselves. We only have Zeus at 5-star, almost 6-star, and guys, he could just be a landslide the number 1 character. But as of now, we've got to go with what we can test him. We can't really use him within the raids, although his kit's going to be good. If you're watching this, Zeus got a major nerf. You can't do the invincibility loop, or at least it's a lot harder to, and that affected his rankings a little bit. But that doesn't change that he can one-shot any character pretty much with his huge chaining attack. He can give invincibility and buffs. His basic is great. His passive is nuts. Zeus is going to be the number 1, most likely. But right now, in the month of February, he's going to fall at number 2. And out of all of the characters within the game, the number 1 character is going to be Princess Tiana. Now, when Tiana came out, it's crazy. I never thought she would be taking over as the best character within DSA. It's crazy, but the gumbo pot by itself would beat out the majority of this list. Guys, she can heal. She can call teammates to attack. She can purge. She has so much at her arsenal that if you have her on your team, you're at such an advantage in every game mode that she has to be put at a clear number 1. Tiana, honestly, was an easy number 1 right now. She is so powerful, so dare I say busted, that with her mechanic to stop harmful effects, she's nuts. I don't know what else to say, guys. She's the best character in the game by a mile. What she can offer, the speed that she has, and her overall viability, Tiana is it. She's the best. So there you have it. You've got the top 25. The honorable mentions down below. This is a series that if I don't do tier lists, we're going to be doing this on a monthly basis. Sometimes there's not enough to change within tier lists to do a full new one. And so this is a great way to bring in the best overall 25 characters within the game. Do we have any characters that shocked you? Anyone that wasn't on the list that should have been on the list? Any that you call me crazy for, even though it's not just my opinion here? And or who should go down, who should go up? Comment down below, my friends. Go ahead and if you will, like this video if you appreciated this series and for us to bring it back. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you haven't already, come by the Twitch family. We have a ton of fun and where we put a lot of this list together. Join the Discord, join us on Patreon, and until next time, stay cozy.